So,
Well,
so this is the first time ever Unlock Dragon with a
Black
friend.
Relinquished.
As he said, Black Relinquished. So the topic of today will be Elemental Hero decks. Now, what do you think on mixing decks together? Like, let's say, for example, Destiny Heroes and Elemental Heroes, or Elemental Heroes with Neospatial. What's your thing on that?
To be honest, that's pretty okay, but if I want to run a deck, I want to run it one type. But if you can add some originality into it, it's fine. What I love about E-Heroes and the Hero series, things like Absolute, the new Vision Hero that's out in OCG, don't remember its name though, and things like Gaia, they're all interchangeable.
Yeah.
All those monsters can be used with anything. I think they are called the Omni Heroes.
Omni Heroes? Oh,
Gaia,
yeah.
Absolute,
Shining.
Shining, freaking Vision Hero. Cards that can be used with any of them.
Yeah, well, I can see the Destiny Hero thing going on because I can see it with Destiny Draw as like a way to like get the deck going.
Yeah.
But personally, I like the idea. I just thought of this recently. The idea of using Rykos with a Miracle Fusion deck, so you can just send Rykos to the graveyard like crazy, and then you got all these cards in the graveyard. You just have like a couple magical stone excavations and spell reproductions. You should have a lot of spells in your deck. You want to get rid of them, so like if they're unnecessary, just Miracle Fusion like crazy, and you'll get it for game. Like Send Polymerization, you got Revoke Fusion with Blade Edge, like go for Plasma Device or something like that, or Absolute Zero. You can say elements of hero name and a water monster, and you got your deck.
True.
So I was thinking about making a deck like that.
There is something I can say about that. If your opponent runs an empty jar deck, you're fucked. You're just flat out screwed. So you don't want to always have something like that. You want to have like a backup plan. You need to run like 2/5 Hopes if you want that, like Pot of Averages out the ass, Miracle Digs, things that get cards from the RFP back to the graveyard or back to the deck, if you want to run something like that. I'll just say that right now. So with this, by the way, we haven't mentioned this at the beginning of the video, we're giving you guys advice, if you didn't figure that out.
Well, this is more of a forum type of channel. We'll interchange between, we'll post probably the same video on both of our channels, either that or either one. But yeah, we just want to give out that information first of all.
Yeah, and we might do this separately and continue. Basically, like, the type of deck you can run of E-Heroes, what I've seen is there's many types of decks. One E-Hero deck I had ran was a deck revolved around Elemental Hero Nosfi, or otherwise known as Nos to some people. Its effect, level 3, plant. What was it, a warrior? No, it was plant. And its effect, it can attack your opponent directly as long as you have a face-up Elemental Hero. It cannot be selected as an attack target as long as you have a face-up Elemental Hero on your field. And each time it inflicted battle damage, it gained 100 attack and you lost 100 defense. So basically, you could just keep on doing that until it's lost its defense. And its defense was like 1600 and its attack was like 600. So, do the math, it's like, it can get up to 2200 attack. That's pretty good for attacking directly. And if you get cards like Stratos out, add, and then Rosebud, some of that Poison Rose, just attack for game.
Or do the ocean thing and just send it back to your hand like continuously. So if you're running out of defense points, put it back in your hand, send it back out.
True.
And then just keep on attacking directly, and just hope you have like back rows to help you with like bottom.
That's good with E-Heroes, yeah.
And the thing is, the most difficult part with my E-Hero deck currently is probably my back row and support, because I can't really balance that out right, because I can't get the proper proportion between my polymerizations and miracle fusions and the hero signals and the E-calls and all that. The E-calls are probably the best part of the deck because it makes your deck slimmer and it's easier to search for, easier to get your cards that you want to draw out. I like to have that kind of deck where I can search out my main cards I want and then have the backup cards in the deck so I can draw anytime I need to.
Sure.
I would like to have that, but right now it's not really working out that well. But overall, it's still doing pretty good because it beat Gadgets, Light Swarms, and a couple Black White decks in my time with that deck.
Yeah, well, I will say this, for any E-Hero duelist, support is the main thing about E-Heroes. Monsters, okay, good. But think about this. How many of the Elemental Hero regular monsters, not fusions, have the support by itself? None. The main 4 Elemental Heroes that was released into the English series. Well, yeah, those are a good combo, but the main 4 Elemental Heroes, 3 of them, no wait, sorry, 5. 3 of them were normal monsters. No wait, 4 of them were normal monsters. 1 of them was an effect monster. Bubble Man. In fact, I think there's Bubble Man right here. Right here. Elemental Hero Bubble Man. Suckish effect too.
It's like a miracle draw. If you draw that card out of like
this
pure
card,
luck,
yeah.
then you'll have a chance to draw 2 cards. And if you somehow draw a 5th Hope and a Miracle Fusion, somehow, some way, I don't think that's the best combo. Never mind, take that back. 5th Hope and Polymerization draw your best 2 cards of fusion for your best fusion day. Wow,
well,
you just pulled off a Jading Yankee.
Then with this, its effect is this is the only card in your hand. You can special summon it, and when it's summoned, you can draw 2 cards if there are no other cards in your hand or on your side of the field. Yeah, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's not all that great. I don't run it, but I went with this idea of drawing or making an Electrum deck. I didn't like it because it didn't really work out, and I'm not even close to summoning out. I had it all in the graveyard. I never pulled out the right cards, and if I was trying to go for that same one card, I always lost immediately right after I tried to go for it.
Yeah, well, to be honest, if you want to do that, if you want to really run an Electrum deck, add things like Fusion Gate. You can still use Polymerization with Electrum.
And then you get the cards back into your deck or graveyard. It's deck, right?
It's into your deck. When it returns all RFP cards to the deck. Both players do.
Yeah.
But so that's why Miracle Fusion and Fusion Gate are the most preferred. But you can still use Polymerization with it. And a good combo, a card called Furin Kazan, I think it's called. I can't really pronounce it as well. But basically, you have a fire, water, earth, and
water, wind, and earth
on your field, and at the same time, and then you activate it. You can either draw 2 cards, discard 2 from your opponent's hand, destroy all your opponent's back row, or destroy their front field of monsters. So basically, since Electrum's effect, it's treated as a fire, wind, earth, and water, as well as a light. You can use Furin Kazan with it. So if you want to run Electrum, I would suggest at least running one of those. You never know. A bit specific, but I used to run that, and I got out once or twice, but you never know.
Actually, like almost every other duel you played with me, like back in the day, you used to pull that card out like no other, and I was like screwed over.
Oh, true. But I could never get out Electrum. I could just get that out, but I could never get my monsters on the field or Electrum out of those attributes.
But deck worked out.
Yeah.
It just did.
Yeah. It sometimes does that.
So, like a little bit more stuff to say before we make the video short because, because we don't want to have to upload time to be ridiculous.
And
I
guess mainly the trap cards. To be honest, trap cards I would suggest would be cards like
obviously.
Yeah, of course, Bombus, Force, Torrential, the staples.
And 3 trap holes in your side deck for gadgets and other stupid craps like those.
Yeah.
Vanities totally screwed my deck over.
What?
Vanities are Vanity Fiends. Oh my god, I built this deck. It was absolutely terrible. I couldn't do anything.
Basically, like, what should I say? Oh yeah, other staple cards, of course, Hero Signal, but good trap cards for an E-Hero deck are cards like Desperate Tag.
That's a
Scrub Grade.
It's okay, but like I barely pulled it off.
Yeah, true.
If I ever get the cards and I put 33 and then like I expect my opponent to like kill me, then I'll probably run it.
Yeah, but things like Desperate Tag are okay. And other cards I will suggest are.
You can't think of it. Oh, it means just regular staple traps.
Yeah, regular staple traps. Oh, and Reckless Greeds, because if you think about it, if you run 3 E-Calls and Stratos, doesn't really matter. You won't have to care about your draw phase. Reckless Greed, draw 2, skip 2 draw phases. Yeah, you get 3 out. You'll have to only skip 2 draw phases, right?
Yes,
Right?
yeah. If that,
Yeah.
oh, that's what I heard from a
I don't
judge
really get
out of
that,
locals. So
Yeah.
I don't get it, but if that's what Konami says, that's what Konami says.
Yeah,
So
BKSS, but because of that, you'll have like 3 calls in your hand after that, and you probably draw Stratos because.
And then you can like somehow discard your Necro Shade.
Yeah,
or
just
something
keep
like
on doing that.
And just.
And another
crazy.
thing,
Dark Bright.
my friend here, Unlocked Dragoon, had pulled out today Feather Shot. Ulti version, yeah. And I'm just like, oh damn, that's pretty
I'm
good.
not sure if I'm gonna run it though. I'm not sure.
And
if I ever
yeah,
have an Avion.
people think it's a bad card, but I think it's okay. Like,
I mean, if it's good enough to have a rarity of ulti, it might have some combo value
because like Hero Mask, basically its effect, while you have a face-up Avion, you can activate it, and then for each monster on your side of the field, that monster can attack that many times, and no other monster on your field can attack. But the monster you select, the Avion you selected, cannot attack your opponent directly. But it's still pretty good if you're like in the situation. But I'll just say this right now, and everybody else will agree with me. Do not use Avion. Use Hero Mask. Hero Mask is a spell card. You send 1 E-Hero from your deck to the grave.
Imagine that Bladed Gaia when you just summoned Gaia.
Yeah.
Ooh, you don't want to mess with that. If you like somehow milled Dandelion from like the Raikou idea that I just spit out, if you do that with Feather Shot.
Yeah, destroy the back row. And then that card's name is treated as the elemental hero you sent from your deck to the graveyard. So Hero Mask send Avion to the grave, Feather Shot, and possibility.
This deck
you just like
pretty beast.
Get your monsters up, and your opponent somehow has like a whole shitload of monsters, and they're running like a weak ass deck like Morptronics, and you got Blade Edge on the field.
Well, I mean
Morptronics.
Sometimes you got that clock and OTK going on. That deck is horseshit. Especially against my Amazon.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think about clocking being as an OTK card. Like my friend.
Gravity Bind. And Morptronic Binds, yeah.
And other cards like Wob could help you out. But because of that, it's like extremely good. My friend has OTK'd me at least 3 times, not this friend, a different friend that you will never meet. But
hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully. But basically he runs it pretty good, but he runs it pretty thick too.
That's what she said.
Alright, but
I
then,
just had to say that.
like, it's a 60 card deck, and he runs Scar Nova too, and I'm just like, okay, what the hell? I thought it was a freaking powerful Morptronic OTK. And I'm like, okay, dude, you're failing. And each time he has the ability to OTK me right in the palm of his hand. 2 Morptronic Binds and a Gravity Bind, and he always thinks for Red Dragon Archerine, Power Tool, or freaking Scar and Nova, right when he has the chance to beat me.
Most likely powerful.
Yeah, no, actually most likely Red, because he's like,
no, I mean,
he has the mindset of a little kid, to be honest, but he is a good duelist. I will say that. And I think you guys are wondering about the hats. I would be wondering about you.
Oh, in every video possibly, every once in a while, we'll just wear different hats.
Yeah, if not, then you'll just hear.
Personally, I personally do like this one, because it's like a beginner. I always wanted one. I can't afford one because I live in a homeless home.